Across the world, 1 out of every 3 women suffer from physical or sexual violence at some point in their lives. In Bangladesh, violence against women is much higher than the global average. 50% of the women in this country have been subjected to physical or sexual violence by their male counterparts at least once in their lifetimes. Women face harassment or violence in every stage of their lives. As children, they are harassed in the streets. Often their home or neighborhood is not safe. Even at school or university, they face sexual harassment by classmates or seniors or sometimes teachers. They are often exposed to sexual harassment or assault at work or subjected to domestic violence at home by their husbands or relatives. Women are not safe, be it in her house or in public space. When women try to speak up or seek justice, they are often blamed by almost everyone in the society. They are questioned about what they were wearing, how they were behaving, and why they were there, as if their behavior somehow justifies the violence they suffered. Most women are blamed for the abuse they face, with the implication that they are the problem and that the perpetrators are innocent. The root causes of violence against women and girls can be traced back to deeply rooted social beliefs, attitudes, and cultural norms that perpetuate gender-based discrimination and inequality. From childhood, we are taught to think and act in certain ways based on our gender identity. Boys are taught to be strong and dominant, while girls are taught to be submissive and passive. We grow up hearing, "Boys don't cry, girls cannot play football, she was asking for it," or "he needs to put his woman in her place." These are some examples out of countless interactions that we see, say, and do that creates a culture of discrimination which ultimately normalizes violence. To end violence against women, we must start at the roots. This means changing ourselves, our families, our communities, and our society to create a culture of respect and equality for women. For the past 5 years, UN Women has been working towards this mission, reaching out to different levels of society to eliminate violence against women. Let us hear some real-life stories of change. Sufia Begum's only dream was to become independent. She was harassed by an older married man on her way to school regularly. Her dream was shattered when he kidnapped her and forced her to marry him, subjecting her to abuse and misery. Though she managed to divorce him after 22 days of marriage, she was blamed by everyone in her family and community for ending it. Her life took a different turn when she joined the community activist group of UN Women's Combating Gender-Based Violence (CGBV) project. The regular meetings and sessions on power dynamics, intimate relationship, self-care helped her to regain her self-esteem. She learned about how power dynamics shape families and society, making women vulnerable to violence. When her ex-husband began harassing her again, Sufia Begum stood up for herself and filed a case against him. She won. Today, she is a self-reliant woman who can take care of herself. She's working to raise awareness in her community, inspiring others to stand up for themselves and fight against violence and oppression. Zohra Akhtar was 20 when she and her friend were being harassed by boys regularly on their way to college. Their lives became miserable. She was always scared and ashamed. Her friend at one point stopped going to college, and Zohra could not accept that. She came to know about the complaint committee in the college that was initiated by the CGBV project. She learned about how to complain on sexual harassment through this committee and decided to take action. The committee promptly investigated the complaint in accordance with the High Court Directive on Prevention of Sexual Harassment and took effective measures to address the issue. Zohra is particularly proud that she could help her friend to return to college. Jannatul was 22 years old when she was raped by some men on her way home. the news spread quickly. She filed a case and the perpetrators were arrested. But she had to face another ordeal when she went to the court with her parents and had to answer all the humiliating questions. Why did it happen? How did it happen? What were you wearing? And many more. Jannatul relived the trauma at the court. Many will not have to, because years later, as Jannatul learned, the government has removed the discriminatory clauses of the Evidence Act of 1872. That means no one can question the character of a rape survivor in court. This monumental change was the result of a 4-year-long advocacy by civil society organizations with the support of UN Women. It was a victory for many women who had suffered violence and wanted justice, just like Jannatul. With the generous support from the Government of Canada, UN Women has implemented the CGBV project in 3 districts that worked to prevent gender-based violence. The project worked with families, communities, public and private institutions to bring a change in the mindset and behavior of people to prevent violence against women.